A huge victory for Prince Mtombeni because she's the one person that has been following up on the white papers on citizenship, immigration, and refugee protection. And two things are involved in that victory. First of all, asylum seekers are no longer allowed to repeatedly apply even though they got rejected, which means a person could apply over and over again even though they get rejected, which means they would actually change some wording or some things on their papers so they can end up getting accepted into South Africa. And another thing as well, the second one, it's a huge victory because now asylum seekers are no longer allowed to have South Africa as the default when they seek asylum. So you cannot skip countries when it comes to asylum seeking. You need to go to the nearest safest country. So for example, if you are from Nigeria, the closest would be like what? Burkina Faso, Niger, even Mali is close. Even the Congo is much closer. Even though the Congo, obviously, some people might argue is not safe, but you need to go to the nearest, safest country to seek asylum. So Prince Mtombeni has been talking about this, I think, for over 2 years now, making sure that we are aware of the constitution to be specific. So asylum seeking is another thing that she's been talking about, saying that people just take advantage of South Africa. But this one of repeated people actually seeking asylum, making sure that they repeat their applications, I didn't really know about. So it's another thing that is a good thing for South Africa. So as you know, when it comes to immigration, there are so many things that are wrong in South Africa. There are so many things that people are complaining about. For example, when it comes to refugees in South Africa, unlike other African countries or many countries, we don't have refugee camps. So when a person comes to South Africa as a refugee, they can actually roam around and be part of society freely, which means they can do whatever they want, and we won't be able to really track them on what they are doing. Unlike if they are in a refugee camp, the government can still come there, check up on you to know what's really going on. Are you doing any criminality? Are you starving? Do you need a job, or do you need anything else? Another thing that they need to get to look at is when it comes to study visas, people have been abusing study visas because there have been individuals who take up study visas and then stay in the country for like 10 years. So like, does the government or Home Affairs actually check those people who have study visas? Do they actually follow up if you are still in university? Or because some people are even getting jobs, and with a study visa, you cannot get a job. So the Home Affairs still needs to do a lot of jobs. So at least this is something when it comes to the whole asylum seeking